Hello there guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to another video. I hope all you guys are alright instead of good because yeah, I know over the last past weeks I haven't uploaded any videos. I've been so busy this week. I was thinking to myself, when am I ever gonna upload the videos to all the people? They've been subscribing, they've been liking, when am I ever gonna do it? And that's why today I'm not that busy, so that's why I'm doing this video today talking about Chelsea's 1-1 draw against Salzburg that happened yesterday night and from Graham Potter's first game in charge. So yeah, when I watched that game, I was like 50-50, a few positives, and also a few frustrations. But I'll get to that in just a minute. So yeah, the first thing I want to talk about is Graham Potter is the new Chelsea manager. Welcome, Graham Potter. And for me, the things he has to be fixing is the finishing chances, defending, and also get Chelsea to finish in the top four and also win trophies. And the only way to do that is for him to make Chelsea play exciting football rather than boring football and let any other rival be scared of Chelsea. That's the thing that he has to do. So if he can achieve those things, I believe he will be a bit better than Thomas Tuchel. Not far better, because you all know that Thomas Tuchel is far better than Graham Potter, but he'll just be a little bit better if he can achieve those things. So yeah, welcome to Chelsea, Graham Potter. Now the second thing is that Queen Elizabeth, unfortunately, last week passed away at the age of 96. So, RIP to the Queen. It hasn't been that long yet since she celebrated 70 years of Her Majesty being on the throne. 1952 was the year, yeah, that she's been on the throne, and she was born in 1926. Yeah, the whole country's gonna miss her. This will hurt people in London, but not only in London, everywhere in the UK is gonna be sad about this. Even shops, even trains, you know, like. And let's not forget, this will hurt more on Arsenal fans because she was an Arsenal fan. Yeah, the Queen Elizabeth II was the only, I mean, Arsenal was the only team in the UK for Her Majesty to Queen to open a stadium because they removed the Highbury and she announced of the Emirates Stadium. So yeah, so this will help more on Arsenal fans. So yeah, RIP to the Queen. So and when England play in pre-season, also in the World Cup, the national anthem is going to be different. Instead of saying "God save the Queen," it's going to be "God save the King," because King Charles III is now the King of the United Kingdom. So, yeah, you can see that that it's so weird. Like everything is changing from coins, just everything is changing. So, yeah, so I want to pay my respects to the Queen. I know that she is the most wonderful, lovely, kind person that people ever see. She treats the country with respect, and yeah, as the whole nation in the United Kingdom, we pay our respects to the Queen. She has been an absolute best servant to the United Kingdom, and yeah, may her soul rest in peace. And this Monday is going to be the funeral, and I know that everybody, excuse me, including me, is going to be watching that. So yeah, it's going to really hurt people everywhere in the country. So RIP to the Queen. And yeah, when that happened, for me, I was a little bit disappointed and frustrated that the Premier League and all of the leagues in football in the United Kingdom had decided to come off. I don't get it. Like, you see other sports going on, other football in different countries like Germany, Spain, Russia, all of these stuff. Their football game was on, golf was on, Formula One was on, swimming was on, athletics, even horse racing was on, boxing as well. All of these sports events was on, but except football in the UK was off. Everything. I really don't get it. Did they think to themselves, you know what? Since football is the best country in the United Kingdom and maybe in the world, maybe should have cancelled that off. Like, I don't get it. Like, why can't before the game starts, have a 1 or 2 minute silence for the Majesty the Queen that's died. Why can't the fans sing the national anthem? And why can't the players have a black armband to pay their respect for the Queen? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, last weekend's Premier League fixtures has been postponed because of that. Like, I don't get it. Like, and also there's lots of things I don't understand. Chelsea's next game against Liverpool has been postponed because that game is in London, that is and that game is on a Sunday, which is the day before the funeral. So I don't understand that. But Arsenal's game against Brentford was back because that game was postponed, but now it's back. Like, both teams are in from London, Brentford, West London, Arsenal, North London. So how comes that game is on, but the Chelsea versus Liverpool game is off? And not only that, the Man United versus Leeds game is off, and the Crystal Palace versus Brighton game is off. Now, the reason why Crystal Palace versus Brighton game is off is nothing to do with the Queen. It's the fact that there is road strikes that's happening that's starting on the 17th of September. So yeah, I don't think there's any trains direct from London to Brighton. So that game between Crystal Palace and Brighton was off, and they've announced it last week. So that has nothing to do with the Queen. But it looks like this weekend, it looks like they want those games postponed, maybe because the rivalry, you know, because maybe they realize that since this is a rivalry, let that game be postponed. Like, I don't get it. Like, the Man City game against Wolves is on. Like, I just don't get it. And then Arsenal's game against PSV was supposed to be happening today, but they postponed it and they've moved it into 1 month, which is the 20th of September because of the Queen. Like, but Chelsea's game against RB Salzburg was yesterday, so I don't get any of that. I really don't get any of that. Like, I don't know. There's some things that's really confused me, and yeah, but all the games this weekend instead of except for three is off, so that's really good. But for me, Chelsea have got two games in hand now: Fulham away and Liverpool at home. Two games in hand, It's not even the coronavirus, and Chelsea have got two games in hand. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they made the right decision to postpone the games, or do you think it should be going on? Because for me, yeah, when I saw this, I was a bit frustrated. I believe the game should have been on. They should have allowed before the game to have a 1 or 2 minute silence, let the fans sing the national anthem, and let the players wear their black armrests to support the Queen. I believe that should have happened rather than the game being postponed. So for me, terrible decision. Terrible decision. So yeah, so that's Graham Potter to Chelsea done. Postponement of the games, the Queen Elizabeth left. So yeah, now let's before I end this video, let me just quickly talk about the game yesterday. So you can see either side of the screen, I put out what the lineup was on both sides. One for Chelsea and one for RB Salzburg. So yeah. So in terms of the performance yesterday, I thought it was an average performance because I saw the performance a bit better than Thomas Tuchel. I thought there was loads of pressing, there was so many crosses, there was players running, getting the amount of space on the left or the right hand side. I thought I've seen some improvements for Chelsea, but it still hasn't changed because when it comes to chances created, we don't seem to score. Like in the first half, we had I believe 9 shots, but only 1 shot on target. 9 shots in the first half, but only 1 shot on target. And I think it maybe came from Kai Havertz, and maybe that's it. How comes we're getting more shots, but we don't seem to put them in the back of the net? That's the thing I really get me frustrated. Like, I don't get it. I really hope Graham Potter fixed this. And if he doesn't, Chelsea are in serious trouble. And I did remind you lot that Chelsea, yeah, finishing in fifth, and I'm still not going to change until I see performances change when it comes to defending and the final third, you know. But yesterday's game proved to me why I went for Chelsea to finish fifth. Because I see the same old, time and time and time again, which is simply not good enough. The first half, the only players who I was really disappointed with is Kai Havertz and Aubameyang because Graham Potter put Kai Havertz as the number 10, which we all know that he can do well in that position. But but that performance in that number 10 position didn't look like he did the same thing against Bundesliga. Because when he played for Bayer Leverkusen, he was causing so many threats. But for Chelsea, he does seem to do it. Like, I don't know what's going on with Kai Havertz. We spent £72 million on him, and he still ain't performing great performances for Chelsea. Like, the only thing I can, if he leaves Chelsea, the only thing I can keep, I'll think that I will never forget is when he scored in the Champions League final. And that's good. We all love to see that. But that is past now. That was 2021. This is 2022 now. And he's still ain't performing for Chelsea. Like, I don't know what's going on with Kai Havertz. Like, he was disappointing, especially in the first half. And then Aubameyang looked non-existent yet again. Like, every time the ball passed into Aubameyang, it looks like he doesn't want to shoot. Like, there's a chance in the first half where he should have headed it, but instead he misses it. Like, I don't know what's going on with Aubameyang. Like, what you guys think what is going on with our strikers? Is it the fact that we're in the number 9 curse shirt again, or do they not want to play for Chelsea? Like, it really doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. But I really hope that Graham Potter fixes this because I want him to do well. I want him to get the best out of these players. And I know he will do. But it looks like the players don't want to perform for both Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea. And that's why for me, yeah, we should have sacked Thomas Tuchel because it was too early for that. It was really that early. So for me, I hope the owners know what they're doing because if Chelsea don't win a trophy and don't finish in the top four, I think they made the one decision to sack Thomas Tuchel and bring Graham Potter in. I think they made the one decision on that one. So yeah, um, it is what it is. So the first half, I thought we were good, but it's the same old, same old. Um, um, Under Thomas Tuchel. So yeah. So let's look at into the second half. I thought in the second half I thought Graham Potter did well to talk about the plays in the second half. And 3 minutes into the second half, Raheem Sterling scores the first goal. And it all starts on the right hand side. Reece James fed the ball to Kovacic. Kovacic quickly wanted to feed the ball to Mason Mount. Mason Mount provided the assist for not and it's not for Aubameyang, it's for Raheem Sterling. And when Raheem Sterling scored that goal, that was Raheem Sterling's first goal on the Graham Potter era. So yeah, when people criticize Raheem Sterling, guess what? He proved everyone wrong. Because I know in the first half, yeah, he was really good, but in decision making could have done better. But at least they scored. And I like the way Graham Potter put on the left wing because you can see the amount of space that he had on the left hand side, and the same thing goes for Mason Mount. In fact, everyone from the right hand side had so many amount of space, and that's what we like to see. So yeah, but he scored the goal, and Raheem Sterling got the. I mean, sorry, Mason Mount got the assist. For me, yeah, I think for me, Aubameyang, if he would have got that shot, maybe could have gone in, maybe could have not. But the fact that he allowed Raheem Sterling to shoot, it does make sense. But for me, I believe if Aubameyang scores that, that will lift up the fans because that's what we expect from Aubameyang. That's what we really expect. So yeah, but he didn't. So he allowed Sterling, and he scored a goal. So yeah, well done to Sterling on that one. And then in the 74th minute, errors again. Errors again. Like, this is the new manager now. This is not Thomas Tuchel anymore. This is Graham Potter, and we're still making errors. Now, for me, that Salzburg goal was really good, but the thing I would say is that Thiago Silva maybe could have done a bit better with that defending. I'm not saying that it's his fault. Maybe he could have done. better, but he tried. He tried to clear it, but you can see they didn't work. So maybe that's the situation that Chelsea also needs to fix, which is errors. Because whenever we make errors, we always concede. Simple as that. So yeah, but the thing I will blame is both Aspilicueta and Kepa. I believe if Aspilicueta would have cleared that ball, it would have gone in. And if Kepa would have saved that, it would have gone in as well. So for me, I feel like those two are fault for that Salzburg's goal. Those two. Maybe Thiago Silva, but it's mostly on Aspilicueta and Kepa. So yeah, that's really poor defending when we conceded that goal. But the one thing I was really happy about when Salzburg scored that goal is that Chelsea didn't give up. We still had more possession and we didn't give up. If Thomas Tuchel was here, if we were like 1-0, 2-0 down, I believe Chelsea would give up. But the one thing with Graham Potter is that we didn't give up. We still had plenty of time for Chelsea to win against Salzburg. But it's the fact that our finishing is still not there. It's still not there. So those points that I mentioned, the finishing, the defending, getting best out of these players, I really hope Graham Potter does this. I really hope so because I cannot see the same old Chelsea performance as seen under Thomas Tuchel. I just can't. I really can't. So I really hope he fixes this. So yeah, but positive so far, but it ends in a disappointing result. So a rock bottom. So our game against AC Milan, and I think it's home. I can't remember, but our next game is against AC Milan. We have to make sure that we beat them and making sure that both RB Salzburg and Dinamo Zagreb ends in a draw because if one of them win and Chelsea won, we're in serious trouble. So I really hope that Chelsea beat AC Milan and praying to God that the other two teams get a draw. Simple as that. Because I want Chelsea to be in the knockout stages. I don't want Chelsea to be in the Europa League next season, this season, or be out of the Champions League. I don't want that to happen. So I really hope that we beat AC Milan, which is our next Champions League game, and we'll see what happens. So that's what I'm hoping and praying to God. It's going to be more difficult because you can see that AC Milan are doing well in the league, so it's going to be more difficult. But I really hoping for better results. I really hope that we do. So yeah, that's basically it. So our next game was supposed to be against Liverpool, but that game is postponed. So our next game is against AC Milan, and it's simple as that. So yeah, we'll just see what happens then. Alright guys, that is the end of this video. If you're happy to see me be back after a week of not uploading videos, make sure you hit the like button below. Don't forget if you're new, hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell notification so that you never miss any of my YouTube content, and make sure you um share this video so that they can react to the things that I've been talking about, whether you agree or disagree, and what are the points you think. Like, do you think here that you want to see Zinedine Zidane as the next Chelsea manager rather than Graham Potter? Do you think that football games should be postponed? And do you also think that you've seen some improvements in terms of the last night's game? Let me know in the comments down below on that one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look after yourselves, take care, and as always, up the Chelsea.